Update on my Honda Prelude. Again, if you're new here, this is my '01 Honda Prelude SH, and I'm just gonna give you guys a quick little update of what's going on. Again, I appreciate every single one of y'all checking up on the build and, you know, following me ever since I started this build of my new Honda Prelude. So basically, I changed up all the front suspension of like sway bar links, the inner tie rods, and everything like that, as well the leak that was on the engine bay, and it was the VTEC solenoid. I haven't got a leak, and the suspension is all tightened up. In one of my videos, I mentioned that the thermostat gauge was not moving, and, you know, I was just waiting for the car to get to temp, and it works, and everything is good on that part. Now, for the engine bay, there's absolutely nothing wrong. There's no more oil leak, which is 100% fire, and everything else is pretty good. Now, there's three little things that concerns me about my Honda Prelude. First, the suspension. The actual shocks and springs, absolutely horrible. Some people like to be low, but I am static. And if you don't think that's bad, look at the rear. I am literally static. I know how to adjust coilovers, but whenever I was looking at the front suspension, it looked a bit weird. Like the driver's side looked a bit looser than the passenger side in the sense of the adjustment. It looks like it had a lot more range on the driver's side, which I'm leading to suspect that the suspension is blown out. Granted, being this low is pretty cool to some, but when you're this low, suspension components absolutely get destroyed. I'll show an example of that in another video, but the second thing that's going on with my Honda Prelude is the idle. The idle is totally fine. It starts up and it cranks up and there's nothing wrong, but there's a little bit of a shake in the engine. So it feels like, not that like it's running rough. I am suspecting it to be like a motor mounts issue. Maybe it's blown and you just can't see it, because I inspected them and they look pretty good to me. But I think it's the trans mount that's making the engine move like this a little bit. But who knows? That's something to look up another day. And then the last thing is the cosmetics. Headlights need to get restored. That door handle, if you saw in some videos, is broken. I have a very big thing coming up with those, and I'll go ahead and say that in another video. But this car just needs to be overall cleaned a little bit better. Overall, the body's pretty good, but it needs a good little cleaning, and just little horrible things like the clear coat is just gone way beyond restoration. Meaning it just needs to be sanded down, painted, clear coated, and all that fun jazz, which will be coming soon enough. We just have to get there first. But yeah, that's pretty much of everything that's going on with my Honda